Well, it's sunset on the Parks Plantation. Got my mouse traps all set up in the garage. Any mice come in my garage, they're going to have to run a gauntlet. They're going to have to dodge between glue boards, traps, two different types of traps, and all along the way they're tempted by little tasty tidbits. Yep, it's sunset. Yes, sir, it's sunset. I can't see a darn thing whether the traffic's going to stop or not. He was coming fast enough, I didn't trust him. Somebody might be tempted to put his sunglasses on, but we're going to be alright when I get up here and make my turn. I'm sure y'all are just looking at the back of my sun visor. I'm trying to peek underneath it. I was looking at Ron's channel today. That's Wally's place. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel down in the description. Be sure and check him out. But I was looking at his video today up there in Michigan, and they had some snow, and he had to get out there and shovel his driveway and walkway cleaned up along the side of his front yard where the street is, so the snowplows wouldn't dig up his grass. But it reminded me of one of my stories. Years ago when we first got married, we lived in a mobile home park in Marietta, and we lived on a corner lot, and some people would cut across my lot to say going around the corner. They wouldn't make it stay on the asphalt. Pretty soon I had a rut, almost a road right through my front yard. And I got tired of it because I was constantly trying to get my grass to grow. And it was just a big hassle to go out there and mow my grass and get things nice and have people come along and tear it up. Well, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to put these cement blocks out here lining the corner, and they'll have to go around. They won't come through my yard no more. Well, I got some concrete blocks and lined them around there. What do you think happened? The very next day, here come the mailman. Turns out he was the biggest culprit. Well, he's driving along from box to box doing his delivery. He's probably doing it almost by instinct. He's sorting his mail and looking down and driving with one hand from one mailbox to the next. And it turns out he was the one guilty of driving through my yard more than anybody else. But he was so busy looking at the mail, he wasn't watching where he was going. He aimed it for the front yard, even though them blocks were out there. I couldn't help but laugh because I was looking out the window when he done it. He run over some of them concrete blocks and about tore his little mail wagon up, bounced across the front yard. I thought, oh, he's going to pitch a fit now. But I never heard complaint one out of him. But you know, he never drove through my yard again. I finally took the blocks down because I didn't want somebody to get hurt. But he sure got the message. He didn't drive down my yard anymore. Anyway, check out old Ron's channel. It's turning off cold and dark here again. We're going to stop up here and dump our trash. Sun's sitting right on the treetops over there. Well, you sure tell I need to wash my windows. Looks like the fire truck's getting ready to make a run unless they just came back. Maybe they're just warming up the motor. Taking the flag down. Oh, I see why the fire truck's out there. They're filling up their pumper with water. They must have went off and used some of their water today. Yeah, I would imagine a fire truck can get downright heavy when it's filled up with water. I came shooting down through here the other day. Great big buck deer ran across the road in front of me. I almost hit him. The floor on that side of my expedition is wet. That plug up in the top, or that drain up there around the sunroof, must be plugged up again. You just have to stay wet for now. I'm not going to try to fix it today. Yeah, check out Wally's Place 66. Tell old Ron Walter sent you. In regards to Ron, he got me off on something yesterday. He put a video out. Somebody gave him or sent him some pork roll. My wife was pretty well brought up on a product called Taylor's pork roll. He sliced this stuff up and fried it for breakfast or whatever. And it's pretty tasty meat. Well, watching Ron eat some Taylor's, his wasn't Taylor's, it was some other brand. When watching him eat his pork roll, got me to thinking, well, that'd be one of the things I can buy her for Christmas. So I ordered some Taylor's pork roll, and while I was at it, I ordered beef hot dogs and scrapple, Philadelphia scrapple. Anyway, I wound up spending $123 and something from watching Ron's video. He cost me some do-re-mi this time. He sure made it look good though. Anyway, I ordered my Taylor's pork roll from a website, and somewhere up in New Jersey, that's where the stuff is made at. And the price was fairly reasonable. The scrapple and the hot dogs, and so was the meat product. The price was fairly reasonable. The shipping was darn right ridiculous, but you can't buy the product in the grocery store for what they were selling it for. What'd they get? It cost you more because of the shipping. Anyway, I'm back home. This won't be much of a vlog today. I thank y'all for tuning in. This is Walter. I'm going to go get in front of the heater.